Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today we have the Planything subscription kits, and as you can see, there are 3 items here because there are now 3 subscriptions. So I'm super excited to check this out. As always, my code Amy10 will work on anything at Planything except the subscriptions. So if you want individual items, you can always use code Amy10, and I do have a link down below if you choose to shop. But we're gonna take a look at these things and then do something creative with it. I don't know what's in here yet, so we'll take a look and then we'll decide. So there are 3 subscriptions. We have washi tape, functional stickers, and then the planner subscription, which has decorative stickers, washi tapes, and some other stuff. We'll just go left to right and take a look at it all. All right, so the washi tape subscription always has 6 tapes in it. And by the way, if you're in the US and ordering from Planything, the customs fees are already included in the price, so you won't have to pay anything else on top of your order. All right, so I'm just gonna open all of these up. They're just shrink wrapped in plastic to protect them. And then we'll take a look. There are 3 that I believe are like 8 millimeters wide, and then 4 that are 8 millimeters wide, and then 2 that are 15 millimeters wide. I think something close to that. All right, so I have just this Live Love Posh notepad, which I typically have been using to lay these out because my desk is wood and not white. So let's just take a look. This little leaf one is super cute. We're gonna have to do some September stuff, which I am not yet set up for August in any of my stuff. So I'm gonna have to either count pages to skip ahead or figure something out. Maybe I'll use my Happy Planner Folio and set up for September and get it set up early. That would work really well, actually. So maybe we'll do that. Okay, so these are what we've got. We've got the pumpkins, the leaves, these fun polka dots, and a basic grid. Planything has a great selection of what I call the base tapes, which are just like the tapes you'll use over and over again with any theme. So like these ones I'd call base tapes. These are decorative tapes. She has a great selection of it though. All right, this is a really cute fall washi tape theme, so it's available now. I believe when you get a subscription, you're locked into at least 2 months of the subscription before you cancel, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, that is that subscription. All right, next up we have the new functional one, which I have not seen yet. I think it started last month, and every month it'll be like boxes or alpha stickers or dates or, you know, like anything functional that probably match, you know, the season or the other themes going on, but I don't really know. We'll see. This is the first one I've received. So super fun. As you can see, the colors do coordinate between the 2 sets. All right, autumn tones, shapes, and boxes. We've got circles and boxes and larger boxes. Awesome. Some hexagons, circles in another color, and it's the same pattern as before with the shapes and things. And then we've got some leaves. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Okay, so that's a 15-page sticker book. All right, and then last up is our planner kit. Oh my gosh, look at this pouch. That is a really cute little pouch for holding like tapes and things. That's so cute with the plaid. Just a little pouch, kind of like a little coin purse, or you can hold your washi tape in it. All right, we have 3 tapes, then some scrapbook papers and a sticker book. Okay, we'll look at the tapes first. I love this plaid tape. Alrighty. Getting the last one open. This one's brighter, but it will match at least one of the themes in the sticker book. Okay, so as you can see, this one has some like yellow, like brighter yellow in it, and a brighter kind of orange than the ones up above. But it is a different kit, so it doesn't necessarily coordinate. We've got some hexagons. And then the plaid. This plaid tape is so fun. If I can peel it up. Sometimes getting it started to peel is the hardest part. All right, so there we go on the tapes. Very cute. Then we've got 3 double-sided scrapbook papers. And my least favorite thing about this is that they're double-sided, so I have to choose what I'm going to use. I can't use it all because I usually love both sides. Look at those pumpkins and gourds. Okay. Oh, look how pretty this mountain is. Wow. Okay. And then some leaves. And then we've got a little town, like house and sidewalk and everything. That's very cool. All right. Then last but not least, we've got a 20-page sticker book. All right, this is Cozy Fall, 20 sticker sheets. Look at all these little things. I love the artistic style of these ones. There are 2 pages of each, so some of the more symmetrical things you'd be able to use pretty well for Dutch doors, I think. We've got all these little cute things. We've got a whole bunch of mushrooms and stuff. And some coordinating boxes. Then we move on to more like, this is like Halloween with all the gourds and jack-o'-lanterns. Oh, those are pretty florals. And again, we've got 2 pages of each of them, so if they're pretty symmetrical, that's cool. All right, we've got a bunch of people here. Just taking a look, like this guy's pretty symmetrical. This one and this one both have their hand out, so maybe it would work decently. Just looking at the shapes to see like what would really work together. You could definitely do some Dutch doors with these, and there are 2 of each of them, so any that are pretty symmetrical, you could use the same exact one. All right, mountain scenes, always great. I love the little mist, the fog. All right, and then some coordinating boxes. And then some quotes. And 2 of those as well. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go grab my Happy Planner folio and we'll set up the September pages with all this stuff. All right, let's make some space. I grabbed my Happy Planner folio, and we're gonna decorate for September. We're gonna decorate the calendar page as well as the other pages, which you can see. I can't show you some of it because I've got advent calendar things in there and I don't want to spoil anything, but I've been doing Dutch doors on these pages. But today I want to do what's called a tip-in, which is where you add another page essentially. So we'll take a page out of here and add it in, so we can do 2 Dutch doors in this one. So we'll get there. First, we're going to decorate this page though. So when decorating, I like to open it up all the way so that I can take it out, fold it back. One great thing about these notebooks is I feel totally fine folding it like this, whereas like the dot grids, I don't want to, the big bound notebooks, I don't want to fold it like that and accidentally break the spine. But yeah, with this, I'm okay with that. What I do need is these, because these are the functional date stickers. So let's get that going really quick. We're in September, which has 30 days. And let's see when August ended. a Monday, so we're gonna start on a Tuesday. I have found doing these small dates are one thing that I do like using my tweezers for. Guys, I'm improving at tweezers. Okay, so Tuesday. I still don't like using them for everything. I know some people use tweezers exclusively. But for the small numbers, I'm getting a little better, and it's easier than using fingers. A year ago, I would not have said that, y'all. All right, so we're gonna get all these dates down and decorate this before going into some Dutch doors. So since it's for September, we won't use like the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin gourd one, but we will use some of the other stuff. Having an extra page in September will actually be really nice because I'm typically planning stuff 3 months or more in advance. So I'm going to be starting to brainstorm about 2027 in my shop. And so having an extra page to kind of write down like any big things that I need to or want to have happen in different months will be nice. So having a little extra space to write down like January, February, March, and like put down all the like brain dump ideas is going to be good, as well as, you know, having my normal stuff like I'll be drawing a sticker book and doing all the tasks for that, as well as advent calendar stuff will be well underway, and that's super exciting. All right. We are almost done with this and ready to use Planything's stickers and tapes. Okay, only 30 days. We're not going to use the 31. I'm saying that again so I don't forget. I know you all would tell me if I made that mistake though. Okay, there we go. So, just trying to figure out which ones we're going to use. I feel like some of the scenes might look really good, but also a collage up this, kind of like I did here, might look really nice. But first, I do want to put a tape across here. We're going to lift this up and put it on top of a tape. Okay. Leaves or plaid? I think plaid. I just am really into the plaid vibe. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to turn it this way so I can line it up perfectly with the edge, and this fits so well. It doesn't go over the planner page at all. Look at that. I'm just trying to keep it straight. Sometimes it's easy for washi tape to like bend and not go exactly where you want it to go. Okay. And then we can put the September right there. Perfect. Okay. Did I pull out scissors yet? I thought I did. There they are. I've got all the envelopes and things over there that were hiding it. Okay. So now we're gonna like collage it, I think. We can also put a little something here and in here. Just trying to think what I want to do for the Dutch doors so that I don't use those ones. I think these ones might be really fun for the Dutch doors, which means they'd have to go, they could go with one of the tapes like that, or this one might work pretty well. Let's just see. These flowers go really well with that tape, so I think we might use the flowers on this page. Also, I'm not too upset by the mountains, but I don't want like mountain scenes. So I think flowers are the way to go. Yeah. Okay, but first, do we want to put a quote before we put the flowers on? Actually, the quotes can go on top of the flowers. Can they? With the dark floral centers, will it make it hard to read? We're gonna try it. We'll see. Okay, again, breaking the spine as I can, just like the notebook. All right. And we're just gonna lay down a bunch of flowers and then I'll trim them. Unless I'm gonna use, like this is a pretty big flower, so I might trim part of it to use elsewhere. It's actually a little bit skinny. It might not fit well. We'll see. Okay, moving along, going this way and just making a little collage. We'll see what else we can add here that's not florals to like pull it together. Okay, and then this stuff is the hardest part because I'm pushing it into the spine and then right there. If it lifts, just get a little double-sided tape to hold it down. It'll work well. Oh my gosh, there you go. And I am starting to layer some of these flowers over each other. They don't have a white ink base, so they kind of blend together. A lot of sticker book stickers are like that. But with the watercolor nature of the florals, of the art, that doesn't really make a, like, it doesn't matter. It looks great. Okay. And then I'm actually going to take this little bit, try to fill in a gap I saw over here. Like I kind of want that filled. And then I also want to take that bit. I need to trim that again in a minute. And use both of these. Put this one here. And then spin this and put it right here. And again, it's going over some of the other stuff, but I think it kind of like pulls it together so it's not separated stickers. Okay, so we're just gonna work our way up and trim everything. Oh my gosh, stickers stuck to me. I feel like we can get one or two little decorative items in those extra spaces, but I'm not going to put any boxes in because I don't know what days yet I'll be doing videos, and this is where my video calendar is. So I'll write down, like, I know for sure I'll be doing something on the 10th because that's my release each month. If I'm doing a Planything subscription video next month, then it would be on the 1st, but I like don't know all the things ahead of time. So I will wait to add boxes or do highlighter once I'm creating my schedule for the month. Okay, so let's see what decorative stickers I want to put with that. Okay. Like the ones with brown in them are actually kind of nice. They pull together with the brownish of the flowers. But I don't want to use them if I'm going to use this for the Dutch doors. So what if we add some little people scenes instead? Like having them, it doesn't need to be completely filled, so let's have some leaves going across there and a little puddle here, and then we can add some more people over here. Oh, I like the little kid and the woman, So let's have them in. Like that. That's all that's needed there. And while they're not like the exact same art style here, they've both got the brownish undertones in it, with the coats and the umbrella and all of that. So I think it does go together decently. You don't always need every sticker to match. All right, some people. Let's have a dog and some more leaves going. Like that. And then do I want the guy on the bike or the guy walking through the puddle? Let's do the guy on the bike. And just a couple more leaves to fill that little spot over here. All right, there we go with that page. I think that looks great. Now we're gonna get our tip end done, which in order to do that, since this is the right size, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the very last page. And to make it as straight as possible, since this is such a bendy notebook, I'm gonna fold over that back page, just put it in like this and go as far as I can and make a straight cut. Now we are making Dutch doors, so it doesn't need to be the full size because it's gonna be a little bit smaller than the back side. Okay. So we're gonna tip this in here or here. Let's actually do it here. Okay, yeah. And so you can tip in a lot of different ways. What I'm gonna do is lay down washi tape on this side and on that side so that it's like attached. So I'm just gonna set it here, washi tape it, flip it over, washi tape it, trim the edges. So we're using this one. So I need to figure out which tapes I like best to go with it. Preferably, I'd use a thick tape with it. But these aren't quite the color scheme for that. This is the color scheme for this one. We're gonna try to tip it in with this one. It's a little thinner than I'd want. But we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll put in one of the other ones that works second best. Okay, so first you just need a really long strip. And we're gonna start, okay, first we are gonna start by putting it on this one about halfway up the tape. I'm trying to keep a really straight line. Okay, so now let's just tear this. Okay, as you can see, I did not go far enough over. So we're gonna lift it up and try again. I'll lift up half of it and move it up, and then lift up the other half and move it over. But this sometimes takes a few tries to find exactly where you need it. So let's check again. That's better. We've got about half. This one just went a little bit sideways there, so I'm fixing it. All right, so we've got about half the tape here. So I'm just gonna try to line this up now. Getting it lined up so it's like even top and bottom plus in the middle is probably one of the hardest parts. But if it's not perfect, that's okay. And as you can see, I'm just pushing it in. This is a little taller than the bottom, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, now I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna trim anything yet. I'm gonna lay this side down, which is a little easier because now it's right exactly where it needs to be. So I can just lay it straight down. If the washi tape curl, look at that beautiful curl, will get fixed. If only my hair would curl that beautifully. With work it can, but it requires a lot of work to do. Okay. Which is why it's usually up in this bun or braids or various things. Okay. Just trying to get it in the crack and push all that down. And you can see we've got our tip in. So trimming this is a little bit difficult because it's right in this spine here. It's hard to get it like super even right away. So got a little bit, and I'm going to keep trimming at it. Okay. We did one side, and that looks pretty good. I also have some sticker remnants on it from something else. Okay. Getting there with the tip in. So now we have another page for this month that we can use to create a Dutch door, and look at that. So hopefully that stays pretty well. If it's not, I can always replace it with more washi tape that's wider or things like that, but we're just gonna go with it now. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 sets of Dutch doors here. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just looking at how many leaves and things we have, I don't think we can get a whole one that goes all the way down as a leaf. Do I want to add oh, here are more leaves though. I think we could do the front one as leaves because they're a little bit skinnier, and I kind of like that idea. Also, I can cut up the leaf clusters if I need to. So okay, we're just gonna go for this and see what happens. So I'm gonna put it like here because our next Dutch door will be slightly wider with some of these other things. And I'm just kind of placing these however, and they'll kind of cascade down the page and we'll make it work. Now these aren't symmetrical, but they're pretty easy to manipulate, and if you need to like cut up one of these to fit things in, that's okay. If something's not a perfect fit, that's also okay. I'm gonna grab the things I need from here and then go to the other page to see what we've got so that I can figure out what I want. None of these because we'll need them on the back side. Okay, we've got these 2. We've got a large pine cone. That's pretty much what we've got for this. Okay. Large pine cone's going at the bottom. It's gonna go like there. Yeah, okay. And then, okay. You know, I think we don't need to do the sticker surgery on anything. I think we can make it fit with just a little bit of work. I think it's kind of the perfect number of them. But I might shift something because this is a lot of smaller clusters towards the bottom. So I might put this one up here and just move some things around just for a little bit more variation in the leaf sizes throughout. Okay, that's great. It goes a little bit this way, but that's okay. Again, like the Dutch doors, they're wavy, they're fun. They're not needing to be exactly even. So we're going with it. Now this paper, this is the Happy Planner Folio. It's the Happy Life Folio. It's new. And it's thinner paper than the like journals I usually use. So I don't have to use as much pressure. The notebooks I usually use, like the hardbound ones, are 160 GSM, which is the paper thickness. These ones are more similar to their planner pages, which I think those are more like 120 GSM probably. That would be my best guess. Now, I don't know officially. Just guessing, just figuring it out. But either way, it works pretty well. You can see that's not the same because it's not symmetrical, but it'll fit pretty well and do the thing. Okay, so then I think this one will still work pretty well. Yeah. All right, now this is the one that might need sticker surgery because it's not, I'm gonna try to turn it upside down. And if that doesn't work, oh, it works. If that didn't work, I was gonna cut them up and place them individually. But putting it upside down also works well. Okay. And I know someone's probably going to comment and say, hey, that's not how I'd tip it in. There are lots of ways to tip it in. That's just like the way that I've learned and what works well for me. There are so many ways to make pockets. I've done a couple different ways to make pockets on my channel. Like, there's a lot of ways to do all the things. So just play around, find different ideas and what works for you. All right. I am not sure how well, because this is thinner paper, if you tried to add pockets or something to this, I'm not sure how well it would work, just because typically when you add a lot of stuff on top of the page that weighs it down, you might need better paper weight. So maybe adding a paper to it and gluing it together to make it stronger would help if you're adding pockets or flaps or anything like that. If this keeps peeling up, it peeled up a little bit as I flipped it back and forth, just like that other sticker I mentioned, we can put double-sided tape down to hold it in place better. That will work. Okay, this one I might need to do sticker surgery on. Just turn it upside down and see. You know, I'm okay with it like that. Okay, there we go. Okay. So next up, first, this is still sitting over here. I'm gonna move that back over. Next up, we did kind of our leaf Dutch door spread. Now we need to do our other stuffed Dutch door spread. And I would like to have some little like scene pieces in here as well. And I need to white out that little bit. So where is some whiteout? Looking for everything. There's some whiteout. Just white out. Some of that's going to get cut off, but we're also just going to cover up all of it just in case. So we've got a house. We're going to have like a collage of things going up. So it's not necessarily going to make 100% sense, but it's just a collage. All right, so Kitty's ears do stick up, but I feel like it's like decently symmetrical on the edge. Like it'll work out okay. Candle, that's like super easy for this. And again, I'm just going up this to kind of make it follow that same path. It'll look really nice that way. Little set of pumpkin displays, because why not? We'll do it this way. See what's on this back page. Okay, wheelbarrow, not quite symmetrical. This one has that one sticking up, so not that. But the cinnamon rolls would work decently. The little jar of honey or jam or whatever it is would also work nicely. I'm gonna move the cinnamon rolls over just a tiny bit. Why did I whisper that? I don't know. Okay, and then, I mean, we have one book. Books are easy, guys. Let's do another book, because I've been all about books lately, y'all know. one of my big things this year has been my reading journal. This little girl, the leaves are not quite symmetrical, but it would be pretty easy to do. All right. That is good. Let's cut that one. All right. Had to all of a sudden check that I was filming. I hadn't checked in a while. Good. I had a video recently that it stopped filming and I missed like 3 minutes before I noticed, and that was not good. Like sometimes if there's noises outside or a kid stomping around upstairs, like I pause for a second until it quiets and then I press record again, and sometimes I just don't click it right or forget or something. So it is what it is. Look at that. That looks so good. Okay. We are just gonna grab the things and I will just go with the items that I find first and place them down, and we'll just get them all going. Okay, house. Now this house, the chimney is not symmetrical. So what we're gonna do is cut off the chimney and put it on the other side, or just don't have a chimney. We'll see if it easily goes to the other side or not. So this would be good for tweezers if I wanted to, but I really don't. Okay, we're just placing it there. It's not 100% lined up, but it's so tiny, you can't tell. Kitty cat, candle, the little pumpkin stand. These are so cute. And while it doesn't line up perfectly, like it lines up close enough to give the effect that we're looking for. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. And I love this one because it goes with this perfectly, but is like super bright and just adds a little bit of like fun, because a lot of times like fall colors are like really oranges and reds and stuff, and just that bright yellow makes me happy. Okay, now the girl on the bench. We may need to move a leaf or two, but let's just see. You know, I'm not even gonna worry about it. That's pretty good. All right, we do have to trim this, and then we just have to decorate the front and back pages. Cool. All right, so with the back page, we do want to make sure, as with this one, that we don't have any big white gaps like here and stuff. We want to fill it all in, just because I like the way that looks. I think it'll look kind of cool having this one, because then it's like the house with the road. Just looks kind of cool. But we are just going to work our way up and make another collage using all the fun stuff. Covering over the birds there a little just because. This is a wide sticker, so it'll fill in a bunch, but we still have that gap. So let's put in the nice drink. Since we had a girl sitting there, what if we just add a girl here? It's a collage, doesn't need to make sense. So she is standing above a bike. That's fine. We're putting a set of like the berries there. I do love a chair with a cozy cup of tea, so we are just going to add that in. Let's add it in up here. And so we are not going to have as much space on these items, but we're going to just deal with it. I'm okay with that, to have this fun collage. But I am going to limit how far over it goes. I'm going to make sure for the rest of them we only go this far. Got some smaller items here. We've got a tiny gap there. Let's add like a tiny other mug. to fill the itty bitty gap. And so yeah, not a lot of space here, but that's okay. We're just gonna do it. All right, so 2 little gaps to fill. Put that one there, and then right there, how about just a tiny basket of pumpkins and florals? There we go. So that is the full Dutch door spread. I need to trim it, of course. So let's do that. And then we just need to decorate the other side. I also need to take all the sticker stuff off the scissors so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. We are going to put a few boxes in as well because that's helpful. So we'll get that once we're done with the front section. Cool. Okay, so this I haven't been decorating over here. As you'll see in this one, I need the functional to-do list. I don't want to take away any space from that. Okay, I am going to put a little bit of tape here. I think it'll help a lot. So if you put down tape like this and it goes past where you're putting down your tape, or where you're taping down, you can roll any excess off so that it doesn't stick your pages together. Pretty cool little trick. And now it should be not coming up anymore. Okay, so here I want to put something like that. And we make sure there's no extra sticky. We already used this tape. I think, do I even want to use a tape? Or do I want to use this tape just next to it? What if we make a box? I do like making boxes. Okay, we're just going to try this, and the cool thing is tape comes up easily. As you can see with on this fold, I've been having to like tape it down. What if we make our little picture frame out of tape? Except one thing, because these have different colors on different places. The darkest color is on the outside of all the others except this one. So I'm going to turn it around. Otherwise, I'd be looking at that all month long. Okay. Now we've got this. That's not how we're leaving it. Now we do diagonal cuts so that we can make this little corner. Okay. I try to do it really lightly, so sometimes I don't cut through the back one super well. Yeah, I'm gonna need to cut this one again. Okay. I'm trying not to cut through the page, so I try to do it really lightly. And sometimes it doesn't work all the way. Oh my gosh, what did I just tell you guys? Those ones were all outside ones, except this one is not the outside. Okay. Someone was already typing that. Hey, I figured it out quickly. Okay. Getting a new piece for that. There we go. Lining it up. It's gonna be beautiful when we finally get it all done. There. And then I'm gonna try to peel this one up because we already trimmed it somewhat. Some of it got stuck. Let's try to keep that one pretty straight, and then I'll know where to cut this one. There we go. Okay, and this one didn't cut through as well. This is the hardest part because I don't want to cut through the paper, especially since this paper is thinner than the other paper I'm used to. Okay, we are just gonna also get that entire side taped down. Because I really want to use this tape here. So we are just gonna pull that all up. Hey, you come up so I can put this down. Okay. Now go like that. And we've got all this excess. So it'll take a second, but you can roll up any of the extra stuff. You also could use like a really thin like glue instead, but I find that takes a while to dry and sometimes warps the pages and stuff. But if you had like the glue for like a miniature kit that has like the really thin squeeze tip, that might actually work decently too. All right, this one doesn't seem to be having any problems. It never lifted up at all. There is so much going on this side that I don't feel like I actually need to put any stickers in there. So we are just going to look at this and get some boxes in. This one, since we have all of that going on, I want really simple. And let's just look at the various color options. We want the one with the yellows. In here, we will go with something a little smaller, just for like a little title area. So we'll do one box and a really small box. Then in here, on this page, I want to use some of the leaf-shaped ones. But over here, let's go with a really long one right over here. And then we say notes and thoughts right there. So I'm not going to cover that up. I'm just going to have this one coming off over that way. Okay. Now I've used the orange and the yellow stickers. Let's have a brown sticker as well. Let's go with a medium size, or still kind of small, but not the tiniest. And then also do a small yellow. Okay. Now this one, I just want a little title section as well. So we'll just do some really small stickers because we're about to put some leaf stickers everywhere. Because that's the currently page. So we'll just make it really fun. We're going to use these. Maybe some green ones too. Yeah. And we will just add thoughts and currently things to all of this. Just kind of filling this area up. That's pretty full. One went over the other a tiny bit, but I'm not upset with that. That's just going to fill in with that stuff. And I just wanted to use the leaves. If you don't want to use the leaves, that's okay. The crazy shapes boxes are sometimes a little much, but I really like them. Anyways, we're going to leave this really simple, and then it gets a little more fanciful as we go through. All right, all of these are available now at Planything in the various subscription kits. As a reminder, my code Amy10 works on anything except the kits. So if you find individual items you'd like, you can use that. Link is down below. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.